Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Sharekhan's pre-market update. Wishing you all a very happy New Year 2014 and hope so that markets do well this year. Friends, as far as the global markets are concerned, yesterday Dow was up by around 70 points and there was a very positive sentiment happening in the global markets across. Being a year end, the volumes are trading on a very low, thin volumes, but overall the trend is up for the global markets as such, and today there is a holiday for the US markets, and the US markets will be closed today, and the further cues for the Indian markets would be more on the numbers which will be coming out for the last quarter. Today we are also expecting the auto numbers to be announced, and which will give us some indication as to how the growth has been for the auto industry as a whole. Friends, as far as the global markets are concerned, as I mentioned that they are trading on a positive note. The Asian markets are also trading on a positive note in the morning, and what we are expecting going ahead is that the flows could remain positive from the FI. Yesterday also the FI flows were positive to the tune of around 310 odd crores in the price provisional figure, and DI continued to remain sellers to the tune of around 279 odd crores in the cash market. Friends, for further cues and updates, let's have a look at the derivative update.
Good morning, friends. Wish you a very happy new year. Let's have a view on derivatives. From past couple of trading sessions, we have seen that markets are continuously trading in a narrow range due to lack of fresh triggers in the market. But in yesterday's trade, we have seen that market players have accumulated long positions as around 5.40 lakh shares were added in open interest, and Nifty futures premium increased from 43 points to 50.70 odd levels. On the options front, PCR is trading at 0.85, indicating put option has added more number of shares than call option, which is clearly visible in the options activity, as we see 6,200 and 6,300 has added more number of shares in open interest, and call strike of 6,400 and 6,500 has seen good number of activity in open interest. Overall, our bias for the market is positive, and our intraday support would be 6340, resistance is 6395 and 6420, and in yesterday's trade, FIs were net sellers in future and options segment. From intraday perspective, one can go along on ITC with a stop loss of 319.95. Thank you.
Let's have a look at some of the ideas for today. As I mentioned that the auto numbers will be out for the month of December, and the expectations are for two-wheelers is that Bajaj Auto, we are expecting the overall year-on-year growth of around negative 8.4%. For Hero MotoCorp, we are expecting a year-on-year growth of around 5.2%. For TVS Motors, we are expecting a year-on-year growth of around 8.8%, the overall sales, including the two-wheelers and the three-wheelers. As far as the autos are concerned, Tata Motors is expecting the year-on-year decline of around 35.2%. Mahindra, we're expecting a growth of around overall, for the tractors, we're expecting a 35.5%, and for total automotive, we're expecting a negative 9%. For Maruti, we're expecting a growth of around 10.6%. Ashok Leyland, we're expecting of around growth of decline of around 8%, and Eicher Motors expecting a year-on-year decline of around 25.6%. On the news update, a positive news for Titan Industries, where the RBI has allowed the gold refiners to import the DORA to 15% of their gross average viable quantity based on the license entitlement in the first 2 months, for making this available to exporters on a first out basis. The quantum of the gold DOR to be imported should be determined lot-wise on the basis of the export performance. Till now, the DOR import was banned, and gold refiners were sourcing their input from the scrap gold. So overall, a positive move for Titan Industries. Statistics Ministry is likely to change the way the growth in the capital goods industry is calculated in the revised index in the IIP numbers. A committee has set up for the revised computation of IIP and has mooted the calculating of capital goods growth on the basis of the expenditure incurred towards production each month rather than the actual output. The factory output of the 8 core industries for the month of November grew at a modest 1.7% against 5.8% growth that we saw last November. The 8 core industries have overall weightage of around 38% in the IIP. The IT people promoted Universal Commodity Exchange, that is UCX, is eyeing an anchor investor stake in the MCX. M6 promoter Financial Technologies is currently holding a stake of around 26%. And the Madras High Court has issued an interim injunction order for restraining GAIL India Limited from enforcing their claim for the difference between the administered price mechanism and the non-administered price mechanism from 5 power firms for the period from June 2006 to 2011 October, subject to conditions. The order is in the backdrop of an action initiated by GAIL India. As per the Moody's Investor Service Indian Court, a decision to lift a mining ban on the billionaire Anil Agarwal's Vedanta Resources PLC will boost the company's credit quality and lower its borrowing costs. On the other news, Chapalan INC filed a suit against Glenmark Pharmaceuticals in the US District Court for the District of Delaware, seeking to prevent Glenmark from commercializing the abbreviated new drug application, which is known as ANDA, the bendamustine hydrochloride product, which is generic version of the Trianda. Drugs has achieved sales of around $659 million for the period ending September 2013. So possibly we could see some negative reaction for Glenmark. Overall, the last and but not the least, the Lakshmi Vilas Bank directors will meet on Jan 3rd to consider the rights offer. The first long idea for today is State Bank of India, where the company has got the shareholders' approval for raising up to 11,500 crores by way of QIP or the public offer. So we recommend to go long in State Bank of India with a stop loss of 1732, targeting 1820 and 1854. The next short idea for today is Aarti Industries, where Gujarat Pollution Control Board has ordered Aarti Industries to shut down the manufacturing unit at the 2 plants in Vapi from Jan 1st. So we recommend to go short on the Aarti Industries, stop loss of 101 and target of 94. The previous closing price was 99. That's it, friends, from the MID Ideas and Update. Thanks and have a nice trading day.